banner for occupational therapy is now being posted. The banner for design and merchandising is now being posted. The banner for family and consumer sciences is now being posted. The banner for the School of Education is now being posted. The banner for Human Development and Family Studies is now being posted. for social work is now being posted. The banner for health and exercise science is now being posted. The banner for food science and human nutrition is now being posted. The banner for construction management is now being posted. The banner for the College of Health and Human Sciences is now being posted. Welcome. My name is Dale DeVoe, Associate Dean in the College of Health and Human Sciences. On behalf of Colorado State University, President Tony Frank, our faculty and staff, and the rest of the administration, welcome to the 132nd year of commencement at Colorado State University. As we begin our celebration, will the audience and graduates please rise if you are able for the presentation of the colors by the Wing Walker Honor Guard. I ask you to please remain standing until the Honor Guard has exited the arena. The team today includes Cadets Devin Walsh, Jacob Hodge, Ella Jasper, and Alex Years. Please join us in singing the national anthem, played by the music staff. Ms. Virginia Martin will lead the singing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I would like to begin with a number of announcements. We have two sign language interpreters on my left, Devin Banton and Sarah McHattie, assisting us tonight. Our graduate students are a very important part of our college. Our doctoral and master's students were recognized at the graduate school commencement ceremony earlier this afternoon. We have professional photographers from Grad Images who will be capturing 3 images of each student, one as they line up for individual recognition, one shaking hands with the dean, and the other at the far end of the platform. Information on ordering prints will be sent to you. Feel free to take photos from above, but we will ask you not to come down to the floor. This will help ensure an atmosphere of decorum and respect for every graduate. I would also ask that you please be considerate when taking photos at the railing so that you do not block the view of others for long periods of time. Graduates in the departments on the north side to my right will be recognized first in the order their banners were posted. The departments on the south side to my left will be recognized next. Graduates, you will receive your diploma cover tonight, and pending the results of your last final exams, your official CSU diploma will arrive by mail. So please keep your address current with the university. I would like to introduce our guests on the platform. Please hold your applause until the end of the introductions. Platform guests, please stand as you are introduced. Dr. Jeff McCubbin, Dean, College of Health and Human Sciences. Dr. Tony Frank, Chancellor and President, Colorado State University. Mr. Rico Mann, Vice Chair, Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System. Mr. Bob Wilson, CEO, Columbine Health Systems. Dr. Lisa Youngblade, Department Head, Human Development and Family Studies and Associate Dean for Strategic Initiatives. Dr. Robin Brown, Vice President for Enrollment and Access. Ms. Christine Nicolason, Student Design and Merchandising. Dr. Don Michaels, Director, University Honors Program. Major Christiane Makala, U.S. Air Force ROTC. Mr. Reese Lasley, College of Health and Human Sciences, Emerging Leaders Council. Dr. Mustafa Khattab, Department Head, Construction Management. Dr. Barry Braun, Department Head, Health and Exercise Science. Dr. Don Millette, Coordinator, Family and Consumer Sciences Program. Dr. Nancy Miller, Department Head, Design and Merchandising. Dr. Audrey Shillington, Director, School of Social Work. Dr. Michael Pagliasati, Department Head, Food Science and Human Nutrition. Dr. Anita Bundy, Department Head, Occupational Therapy. Dr. Patricia Davies, Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Programs. Dr. Malcolm Scott, College Marshal. Please join me in recognizing these individuals for their services to Colorado State University. The heart and soul of any institute of higher education is the faculty. This group symbolizes the intellectual contributions of the people at Colorado State University who have had such a positive influence on our graduates tonight. I would ask that all faculty stand and be recognized. Next, I am pleased to introduce our student speaker, Ms. Christian Nicolason, recipient of the Outstanding Senior Award in the College of Health and Human Sciences. Christine demonstrated exceptional academic achievement, leadership, and service in her time at CSU. She has made significant contributions to the college and has distinguished herself as both a student and a community leader. Christine is also the recipient of the prestigious Albert C. Yates Student Leadership Award, which is awarded to one senior each year whose leadership, service, academic achievement, and commitment to excellence have significantly contributed to the success of CSU. In addition to her involvement in many activities, she is graduating magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Science in Interior Design. After graduation, Christine will be working for Gallen Snow, an interior design firm based in Denver. Please welcome Christine Nicolason to give the student presentation.
Thank you, Associate Dean DeVoe. It is an incredible honor to be speaking to you all tonight. 4 years ago, I decided to quit my job and return to school for a second degree at CSU. I considered several programs, and I can't tell you how happy I am that I picked CSU. The last 4 years have been challenging and exciting, and it's very special to me to be graduating as a Ram tonight. I think most of you can agree that over the last 4 years, there have been moments when giving up seemed easier, moments that confirmed all the hard work, and everything in between. So I hope tonight we can all take a moment to reflect about what the last few years have held. Too often we rush from activity to activity in life without slowing down to reflect. So tonight, I urge you not to do that. Take some time. Remember the roommates, the exams, the projects, the late nights, the early mornings, football games, all of it. Graduating from CSU is a tremendous accomplishment. So in order to prepare what I was going to say tonight, I did some research, which included listening to graduation speeches by Amy Poehler, Andy Samberg, and Stephen Colbert. Unfortunately, I quickly realized trying to sound like a cast member of SNL or a late-night talk show host was a lofty goal. But here goes anyway. In the spirit of late-night TV, I made a top 5 list of helpful advice I've received over the years. Hopefully something will resonate with you. Number 1, listen to yourself. I previously chose a college major and a college that were not right for me because I didn't slow down to think about what my inner self had to say. We know ourselves better than anyone else, so take advantage of that and listen. Number 2, don't let fear or failure hold you back. I was terrified when I realized I'd made the wrong choice for college. I was afraid of what others would think of me. But thank goodness I didn't let that stop me. Take that leap of faith if your heart is telling you something. For me, that was deciding to go back to school. From an early age, I had the idea in my mind that I was not creative, which is probably why I originally studied finance. Ultimately, I realized my heart was in interior design, and I needed to figure out how to make it work, or I would never feel satisfied. That's what led me back to CSU. And 4 years later, I have rewritten what I thought was hardwired about myself. Number 3, say yes to everything and say no to everything. I have received opposite advice from 2 very successful people, and somehow I agree with both of them. Show up, meet people, and be involved. The memories and connections with people are what you will remember from life. And also, say no when it is not important to you, when you aren't seeing your family enough, and when you're overextended. Taking time to recharge is vital. Number 4, don't be mean. This is the best advice. It's easy to remember and means you will always do the right thing if you are able to follow it. And last but not least, number 5, take a risk. And now for the ultimate cliche, you miss 100% of shots you never take. You really do, so I had to say it. If there is something on your mind and you just can't shake it, go for it. Move to New York, ask that person out on a date, go back to school for a second bachelor's degree. If you don't, you always risk wondering what would have happened, so find out. Ferris Bueller summed it up rather perfectly. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around every once in a while, you could miss it. So look around, listen to yourself, not fear, be present and kind, and take a risk every once in a while. I know I'm glad that I did. Congratulations, class of 2016. Revel in your success tonight and always celebrate your accomplishments. Go Rams.
Thank you, Christine. I am now very pleased to present Dr. Jeff McCubbin, Dean of the College of Health and Human Sciences. Please join me in welcoming Dean McCubbin.
What a great crowd we have. Congratulations, students and graduates. This is just awesome event. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everybody here and to congratulate our graduates, the spring 2016 graduates of the College of Health and Human Sciences. Graduation marks a time of transition as you move into new careers and new life experiences. We know you will be committed to solving some of the most difficult challenges that we have in your community, in your profession, and society at large. As alumni from the College of Health and Human Sciences, you will be instrumental in improving the health and well-being of people in the communities where they live, learn, work, and play. Each and every one of you can make a difference. So enjoy this day and keep in touch with those friends and faculty that made a difference in your life here at CSU. Can I ask the audience to please join me in a round of applause to congratulate our graduates. Now it is my pleasure to introduce President Tony Frank, who will recognize our honorary degree recipient.
An honorary degree is among the highest honors that a university can bestow, and thus is reserved for those who have achieved extraordinary distinction and who have contributed in very significant ways to the betterment of our institution and our world. The man we honor today embodies this distinction through his business achievements, community service, and philanthropy at Colorado State University and well beyond. J. Robert Wilson is the president and owner of Columbine Health Systems, a successful and widely respected healthcare organization serving older adults and families in Fort Collins, Larimer County, and the state of Colorado. Under Bob's leadership since 1971, Columbine Health Services has achieved a level of excellence unparalleled in the arena of continuing care services. Driven by a deep personal commitment to service, to clients, and to the community, Bob has also been an extraordinary champion of higher education. Since 1981, he has supported students through field trips, service learning activities, and internships. He has helped fund the Gerontology Interdisciplinary Studies minor, and through his support of research, student training, and innovation in the field of gerontology, he has been a critical partner with our faculty in the College of Health and Human Sciences. He and his wife, Kitty, together with Columbine, have supported scholarships for our students. And thanks to a profoundly generous donation from Bob, Colorado State University will be home to the Columbine Health System Center for Healthy Aging, a state-of-the-art center to support basic and applied research in key areas related to aging. A long-standing supporter of the Alzheimer's Association, Bob has dedicated himself to raising awareness and understanding of Alzheimer's and its impact on patients, on families, and on caregivers. He has been a staunch supporter of Crossroads Safe House, donating a facility to be used for the shelter of families seeking to build lives without violence. He worked to establish and support our community's elder care network to ensure better coordination and effectiveness among local organizations and providers of services for older adults. Bob Wilson has demonstrated exceptional and sustained leadership in support of higher education and improving the lives and care of older adults in our community. His impact on our campus and our region has been transformative. And so, J. Robert Wilson, for your contributions to the advancement of research, scholarship, and understanding in the field of gerontology, for your dedication to excellence in the education of our students, for your extraordinary and generous legacy of care and service in our community, and for the example that you have set as an entrepreneur, a caregiver, a philanthropist, a volunteer, and a champion of education. By the power vested in me by the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, along with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereunto. Congratulations, Bob.
These guys are a tough act to follow. I didn't know what to expect in here tonight. The last time I was in here was 1968 at a Rolling Stones concert. This is different. I didn't get up here by myself. I get a little emotional about this. I want to thank all the literally tens of thousands of employees that have worked for me in the last 45 years, who helped grow my company and make it a success, taking good care of the elderly in our community. I also want to thank the people that we have taken care of over the last 45 years. Some people refer to them as residents, patients, to me, they're customers. Sometimes in this country, we lose sight of the fact that really who's paying the bills. These elderly people have been paying the bills in my company for 45 years, and there's been enough left over that I've led a pretty good life and have been able to pass it on to maybe even some of you guys in here now. Not necessarily in cash, but in jobs. I've had thousands of CSU students. We make special accommodations for them, evening shifts, so thank you very much for that. I want to thank the citizens of Fort Collins. They have supported me tremendously over the years. Other peers of mine in other business ask me, what's the strength of my company? And I say, return customers. How's that sound? Nursing home business, return customers? I have one family in Fort Collins I've served 7 years. So it does make a difference how well you take care of your customers. So they pass the word on, send their uncle, their grandfather to you. citizens of Fort Collins, thank you. Of course, CSU, I was really never into higher education. This is really a surprise to me to be up here tonight. But I support it. I support it. And as we all know, Fort Collins is a better community because CSU is the heartbeat of this town. Always has been, always will be. So I'm really happy that I can help support the community and the college that has made this town such a great place to live. My son Adam has a mechanical engineering degree. My daughter Jackie has a master's degree as a teacher in Denver. My daughter Carolyn has 2 master's degrees. She's a teacher in Denver. My wife Kitty went to college at night for 17 years to get her graduate degree and her master's. But now I'm the smartest one in the family.
Congratulations, Bob. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Rico Munn, Vice Chair, Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, who will confer the degrees for our spring 2016 graduates. Mr. Munn, will you please join me at the podium? Mr. Munn, it is my pleasure to present to you these students who have fulfilled the baccalaureate degree requirements of the various programs in the College of Health and Human Sciences at Colorado State University. The Faculty Council has recommended to the Board of Governors for the Colorado State University System that these students receive their bachelor's degrees. Will the candidates for all the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the academic programs in a college please stand?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer the bachelor's degree on each of you, together with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Let us all recognize the achievement of this group. Congratulations.
And graduates, you may move your tassel from the right side to your left side. Congratulations. And now it is my honor to reintroduce President Tony Frank, who will give the charge to the class. You may be seated.
We all knew that was going to happen. Class of 2016, this is your charge to the class, so let's start out and hear from some of you. Stand up. Tell us where you're from.
Fort Collins, Colorado.
And what caused you to come to CSU?
I'm just proud to be a Ram. I love the Rams and never wanted to leave here.
I did not pick her ahead of time. That's great. Tell me where you're from.
Rocky Ford, Colorado.
The Melineers, if I, yeah, very good. What was your favorite thing about CSU?
The awesome social work program.
Outstanding.
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
And we've got the Thanks Mom and Dad hat. Are they here tonight? Outstanding. Very good. What's one thing you'd change if you could go back and redo your experience here?
Probably that I messed around a little bit freshman year with my grades.
Look at the time. I want you all to think back to the last time most of you were in this room together. It would have been fall of 2012. You were all here for convocation. Seems like a long time ago. You had just come from your first dorm floor meeting. But if you think about it, it's really been a pretty short period of time. What's happened is that you've come a very long way in a short period, because you came to us poised for an explosive period of growth in your lives. You came to us with talent and with motivation, but most importantly, you came to us knowing how to learn, which meant that you could find your way around any roadblock or any obstacle that life placed in your path. And so in that respect, it's not surprising to us that you're all here this evening. I should amend that. It's a little surprising that some of you are here on this evening. I can think of at least one student, and I suspect there are more among you, who might have been here at an earlier evening, say like a year ago. But you know, changing majors, trying to find the easy elective, learning how to drop classes from your iPhone after a bad test. Before you know it, you're doing a victory lap. Did I mention my daughter Megan is graduating with your class this evening? Oh, what are the odds? Right there on the Jumbotron. Joking aside, I would say to many of you that have taken a path longer than 4 years that you have had serious obstacles to overcome. Some of you have worked multiple jobs. Some of you have had serious health issues. Some of you have had to overcome tragedy and loss. But whatever path that any of you took to get here, a 4-year path, a 5-year path, longer, whatever was involved with it, you found a way to get here. And you should remember that. You should be proud of that. You should keep in your hearts that knowledge for later on in life when you run into an obstacle or a roadblock. You should know that you have what it takes to overcome that. Know that and be proud of it. Now, it is a special evening for me. My youngest daughter is graduating from college, and she's graduating here at CSU. But it's also a little bit of a bittersweet moment for me because it's a watershed. Tonight will be the last night where I will have an undergraduate at Colorado State University. In 2006, the fall of 2006, our oldest daughter enrolled here at CSU. And since that point in time, I've always had at least one daughter enrolled in undergrad, and more often than not, one of them here at CSU. And so tonight marks a bit of a watershed for me. So I thought instead of my sort of traditional speech fair about Lincoln quotes and land-grant universities, although, spoiler alert, some of that's going to creep back in here anyway, I'm pretty sure of it. I would share 3 themes, 3 perspectives from the perspective of your parents. Now, I know that tonight's not about your parents, it's about you, and I know that I don't know your parents, and I know that some of your parents, like mine, have even passed away, and I know that some of your parents haven't been in your lives for some time. But I think the things that I want to share with you are fairly universal, and I hope that you'll hear them in that sense. So let me start with this. There are things we would do differently. We're sorry. We'll start there because I think that guilt is a pretty insidious human emotion. It works on the subconscious mind long after reason has banished the original issue. We're sorry for things that we did and for things that we didn't do. We hope that parenting will be more intuitive, perhaps for you all, than it was for some of us. We're sorry for the times we weren't there for you. We're sorry for the times that we couldn't even keep you safe. Now, for some of you, those were times when you fell off a bike and skinned your knee. But for others, life was going to deal you darker cards. And individually, collectively, societally, we didn't catch some of you in those moments, and we are so sorry. We've left you challenges that candidly we thought we would solve. We thought that our demonstrations and our marches were going to mark the beginning of the end of racism and sexism, but they are alive and well in the world that you're about to enter. Who thought that our ingenuity wouldn't take a bigger bite out of disease, hunger, poverty? Who knew that our research into the environment would simply expose a problem of such depth and breadth that we couldn't even wrap our heads around it? And who imagined that war would simply change its stripes and come to visit your generation in a completely different guise? We wanted better for you, and you deserved better from us. But whether those problems are here despite our best opportunities, our best efforts, or because we missed opportunities, those problems are here, but the important thing is so are you, and you're prepared to meet them. And that brings us to our second point. We are so proud of you. You have worked hard already, and you've accomplished much. But as we look at your generation, as we look at the size of your hearts, the spirit, the fire that burns inside your soul and your spirit, your passion, your energy, your ideas, your ideals, we expect great things from you, and that makes us want to turn to you and say thank you, because you give us hope. Lincoln has a very famous quote from his second inaugural address where he said, "The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. As our situation is new, we must think anew and act anew." And you are the new that he talked about. Your class is an example of the reason that on July 2nd, 1862, he signed the Morrill Act that created land-grant universities. Your class, in a very real way, is a link in a great chain that extends unbroken directly back to the desk and pen of Abraham Lincoln. You're one of his greatest achievements because you will solve problems, just as every generation before you has. You will solve problems that previous generations could not. And Lincoln knew that your talent, your motivation, your passion, combined with a great education, would solve problems. And that inspires us. It inspires us to invite you to come and join us in making a difference. It inspires us to want to pass a torch to you on a strong note. It inspires us to have confidence that you will find pathways to a more just, peaceful, and sustainable world than our generation did. And let's be clear here, some of you will find those pathways by doing great things that the rest of us will read about and watch on television. But all of you will help find those pathways through the ways you act as a parent, as a spouse, as a friend, as an engaged community member, from the way you deal with the people around you, from the very simplest things in life. The smile you give someone you pass on the street. Each of you will help find those pathways to a better future. And that gives us confidence that as your generation finds its voice, you will say great things. But whatever you say or don't say, and whatever you do or don't do, we come to the third and final point, which is you have been, you are, and you will be loved. Now, sometimes it may not have seemed like it, and other times it approached the unconditional. And for some of you, it wasn't just your parents. It was surrogates, teachers, mentors, friends, grandparents, spouses, even your own children, your family at Colorado State. But you have been loved. We loved you when you triumphed, and we loved you when you fell short. We loved you when you wrecked cars before you got your driver's license. We loved you despite your early dating choices. We loved you in stressful late nights and early morning arguments. We loved you despite tattoos and piercings. And I want to be clear on this point. It wasn't that we minded the tattoos and piercings, it's that we thought you were perfect before the aftermarket alterations began. We loved you when you fell down, and we loved you when you found the strength to get back up. And we loved you most when you felt the least able to be loved. And tonight, as we look out at you, fearlessly ready to cross this stage and face your future, our love for you is fierce. We're sorry, we're proud of you, you're loved. I'll add one more thing. We really wish you'd clean out your cars. If your generation is going to tackle the global environment, start with the environment of your back seat, for Pete's sake. This is not that hard. And if you find parking tickets there, pay them. Well, it's that time. So this then is my charge to you, members of the Colorado State University 2016 graduating class. Your day has arrived. As you pass this stage, the torch will be passed. Seize it. Hold it high. Light a path for the world. And as you do, find your voice and say great things. Godspeed and congratulations.
Thank you, President Frank. It is my pleasure to recognize members of the various honorary societies of scholastic achievement. Members of these groups wear honor cords, including the following: Gamma Beta Phi, Golden Key, Mortarboard, National Society of Collegiate Scholars, National Honor Society of Scabbard and Blade, Order of Omega, Phi Beta Kappa, Phi Kappa Phi, Pinnacle International, Sigma Alpha Lambda, Gamma Sigma Delta, Phi Alpha, Sigma Lambda Chi. Please stand if you're a member of an honor society. Let us collectively recognize these students. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Don Michaels, Director of the university's Honors Program, to recognize the Honors Program graduates.
Good evening. Earlier today, the Honors Program recognized our Spring 16 graduates at our recognition ceremony, in which they received their honors medallions, which they're wearing today. The candidates for the University Honor Scholar and Discipline Honor Scholar must complete a program of academic excellence, which includes honors seminars, courses in the major, and a senior honors thesis, while achieving at least a 3.5 cumulative grade point average. These scholar candidates are wearing green regalia, and those with gold cords also are candidates for graduation with Latin distinction. I direct the audience's attention to pages 36 through 44 of the commencement program for the list of the honors scholars who are graduating, and several of those are with us tonight. When I call your name, please stand, and we will recognize you as a group with a round of applause at the end. So please stand and remain standing until all are called. Nola Catlow, Ella Chaffin, Leah Cody, Elizabeth Coker, Jessica DeVault, Brooke Duncan, Caitlin Heights, Brenna Callagher, Caroline King, Danielle Matsumura, Sarah Meyer, Kelly McCracken, Chelsea Murray, Carly Nash, Nathan Pleshek, Molly Schutzenberger, Mary Shively, Amy Smith, Leslie Smith, McKenna White, and Emily Yednak. Please join me in applauding these outstanding honor students. Thank you. You may be seated.
We are also proud of all our students choosing to go to graduate or professional school and pursue another degree. Will those of you going to graduate or professional school please stand and be recognized? The Center for Educator Preparation is an important part of our college with students from many different disciplines across the university working on teacher licensure. Powder blue cords signify those students who are to be licensed as teachers. We're pleased that several of you in our college have chosen this path. Will those students who plan to become teachers please stand? Now may I introduce Major Christiane Makala, U.S. Air Force ROTC, to recognize two newly commissioned officers.
On behalf of the United States Air Force, I'd like to congratulate all of those graduating from the College of Health and Human Sciences this evening. Of course, of note, two of these graduates are your nation's newest second lieutenants. Would Air Force Second Lieutenant Ashley Fingal and Kaylee Hewlett please rise? Lieutenant Fingal will serve your nation for her first year in the Air Force as a student combat systems operator at Pensacola Naval Air Station, Florida. After earning her combat systems operator wings from training, she will be assigned to an aircraft in the United States Air Force inventory. Lieutenant Hewlett will serve your nation for her first year in the Air Force as a student air battle manager at Tyndall Air Force Base, Florida. After completing her training, she will then find out where her first official assignment will be. For those of us wearing the United States Air Force uniform, it is our sincere pleasure to serve with you in defending this great nation. Thank you for your support and congratulations to Lieutenants Fingal and Hewlett and to all of you graduating today. Thank you.
Thank you, Major Makala. Will those of you who are graduating and are an honorably discharged veteran or are currently serving in the military, please stand so we may recognize your service to the United States of America. Baccalaureate candidates who are graduating with distinction are wearing gold robes. These students represent the top 10% of their graduating class. I direct the audience's attention to pages 33 through 35 of the commencement program for the complete list of the candidates. Those who graduate summa cum laude are the top 1% of their graduating class. Those who have achieved magna cum laude are the next 3%, followed by the next 6% who are cum laude. Will the candidates to graduate with distinction please rise so we may applaud your academic excellence? First-generation college students, neither parent having earned a bachelor's degree, represent an important aspect of Colorado State University's Access mission and a historical area of emphasis and pride. As a first-generation student and faculty member, I have experienced that education opens doors and transforms and empowers people. Will those of you who are the first-generation students in your family please stand and be recognized? We would now like to recognize graduating students individually for their achievement. We will be calling individual students' names as they proceed across the stage. Will the first row of students in the north side please stand and be escorted by your marshals to the stage where you will be recognized?
We will now recognize students in the Department of Design and Merchandising, which includes the majors of Apparel and Merchandising and Interior Design. Samantha Fawn Ward, cum laude. Bethany Lynn Erickson, cum laude. Sarah Peeler, cum laude. Nicole Elizabeth Head, cum laude. Rochelle Miranda Green, cum laude.
Shively.
Mary Jane Shively.
Patia.
Emily Erin Patia. Lauren Elizabeth White.
Galvin.
Jessica Kathleen Galvin.
Beth Doan.
Beth Doan.
Adriana.
Adriana Scott Howard.
Just Beatty.
Beatty Torres.
Whistler.
Nicole Alexandra Whistler. Madison Nicole Lee.
Christian Inez. Christian Yunez.
Christian Yunez Gillum.
Stelman.
Alexis Nicole Stelmach. Elizabeth N. Tate.
Lee DiLoretto.
Alexis Lee DiLoretto.
Alyssa Marie Heckle.
Alyssa Marie Heckel.
Willie.
Lindsay Marie Willie. Kristen Marie Davis.
Recio.
Gilbert Augustine Recio. Kevin Sean Ness. Catherine Rosenberger.
Shopbach.
Taylor Nicole Shotbuck.
McHale.
Taylor McHale Anderson.
Petrick.
Jordan Michelle Petrick. Lauren Ashley Augustino.
Adeline.
Adeline May Sweeney.
Lamont.
Lindsay Marie Lamoth. Janet Louise Erickson.
Alstead.
Kayla Ann Alstad.
Stavorowski.
Danielle Louise Stavorowski.
Nacarelli.
Alyssa Frances Nacarelli. Caitlin Patricia Burrell. Molly L. Cooper. Kimberly Sky Etheridge.
Schwolst.
Kirsten Louise Schwolst. Ashley Nicole Hooper.
Bryn McInnes.
Bryn Lee McInnes.
Landry.
Cassandra Janie Landrigan. Landgren.
Mia.
Mia Helena Matthews. Tessa Marie Ross.
Cecilia Santos Batista.
Cecilia Santos Batista. Allison Ray Schultz. Caitlin R. Gleason.
LaFleur.
Courtney Nicole LaFleur.
Aguirres.
Laura Edith Aguirres.
Laura.
Courtney Ann Sikora.
Taylor.
Taylor Yvonne Hewitt. Tiffany Lynn Key.
Schisler.
Emily Nicole Schisler.
Abdal.
Noor Abdal.
Ari.
Mari Catherine Maddox.
Irick.
Emily Alice Irick.
Zabel.
Aspen Nicole Zabel. Stephanie Marie Jackson.
Alyssa.
Morgan Alyssa Voorhees. Hannah Jane Erickson.
Danae Lemieux.
Danae Michelle Lemieux.
Toder.
Miranda J. Toder.
Dacus.
Emily Rose Dacus.
Hayden.
Hayden Lee Tripp. Jessica Lynn Gonzalez.
Kara Ann.
Kara Ann Carlin. Bethany Faye Martinez. Thomas Stephen Bray. Amber Lynn Baker. Annalie Beth Webb.
Rucker.
Taylor Brooke Rucker.
Danielle.
Danielle Jean Nelson. We will now recognize students in Family and Consumer Sciences.
Honors. Franceschi.
Maria Andrea Franceschi, cum laude.
Almanza Newman.
Camila Ann Almanza Newman.
Nicole Schleining.
McCall Ann Schleining.
Knowles.
Sydney Lynn Knowles. Christina Michelle Bales.
Rotman.
Taylor K. Rotman. Nicole Rose Patterson.
Utley.
Ashley Ray Utley. Emily Ann Frazier.
Renton.
Audrey Lee Renton. We will now recognize students in the School of Education. Jessica Lynn Teal, cum laude.
Ayla.
Ayla Settles. Mitchell Wilkinson McFall.
Borrego.
Heidi Rose Borrego.
Okay, here's yours.
We will now recognize students in the Department of Health and Exercise Science. Megan Patterson Smith, cum laude. Alyssa Ann Lawson, cum laude.
Geegan.
Margaret Elizabeth Geegan, cum laude.
Giovanoli.
Angela Michelle Giovanoli, cum laude.
Rinke.
Holly Ann Rinke, cum laude.
Tamarath.
Brendan Luis Tamarath, cum laude.
Kaolani Kawanu.
Chelsea Ann Kahelani Kahanu, magna cum laude. Monica Marie Teeter, cum laude. Sarah Ann Meyer, summa cum laude. Chelsea Diana Murray.
Heights.
Caitlin Ann Heights.
Brenna Callagher.
Brenna Kathleen Callagher. Nola Irene Catlow. Kelly Ann McCracken.
Isabel.
Isabel Stock.
Botnick.
Sydney Shea Botnick.
Bazo.
Lena Belem Elliott Bazo. Aaron Ann DeYoung.
Brody.
Brody Alexander Smith Lawrence.
Eva.
Eva Claire Harrison Grant. Holly Houston.
Brianna Lubitz.
Brianna Lubitz. Danielle Elise Scanlon.
Flavinides.
Marissa Ann Sklavenides. Mackenzie Michelle Osborne.
Ewer.
Justin Lee Hewer. Lindsay Noel Ross. Lauren Elizabeth Higgins. Jordan Christina Bryant.
Backer.
Brianne Rel Backer.
Schweitz.
Melissa Lee Schweitz.
Gallagher.
Megan Claire Gallagher.
Anderson.
Kevin Hale Anderson. Gregory Milton Seymour.
Forette.
Nicole Lynn Ferret. Catherine Marlene Laws. Christopher Colin. Lisa Francis Frazier. Elizabeth Christina Stewart.
Bianchi.
Logan Lorenzo Bianchi.
Heward.
Itzhak Jordan Huard.
Bass.
Michaela Nicole Bass.
Schneider.
Joseph Howard Schneider.
Pupialis.
Michael McKinley Pupialis. Virginia Marie Landorf.
Joel.
Samantha Joelle Gardner.
Eversole.
Jason Andrew Eversole.
Eva.
Cassidy Eva Brannon. Kayla Brooke Cullen. Casey Ann Hernandez.
Fabrizio's here.
Anna Marie Fabrizio.
Keeter.
Morgan Nicole Keeter. Susanna B. Logan.
Reader.
Hannah Irene Reeder.
Hill.
Courtney Jean Hillig.
Cumler.
Emily Jean Cumler.
Staub.
Taylor Ann Staub.
Papa.
Lauren Marie Hoppa.
Jurachik.
Kaylee Marie Jurachik.
Courtois.
Isabel Brianna Courtois.
Navarrete.
Melissa Rose Navarrete.
Jenna.
Jenna Taylor Long. Katie Jane Faith.
Schaller.
Evan Richard Schaller.
Klung.
Taylor Lane McClung.
De Herrera.
Nicholas De Herrera. Abel Guy Thomas Brown. Jamie W. Cohen. Jacob A. Kechter.
Andres.
Alyssa Andres. Eric Michael McMillan.
Rutger.
Kaylee Christine Rutger.
Feely.
Jacob Robert Matthias Feely.
Casey.
Taylor Jane Kaysen.
Shackley.
Autumn Brianna Shackley. Tyler Michael Abbott.
Fingal.
Ashley Lynn Fingal. Ryan Thomas Murphy. Eric Peterson Lindquist.
Sadler.
Alan Kelly Sadler.
Lisa.
Rachel Letha Williams. Nora Adele Post.
Anastasia Wooten.
Anastasia Elizabeth Wooten. Kylie Grace Weeks.
Lene.
Brooke Lene Flores.
Rubicaba.
Brianna Lynn Rubalcaba.
Kesselberg.
Morgan Elaine Kesselberg. Lindsay Lee Larson.
Hoagland.
Toriana Elizabeth Hoagland. Jessica Margaret Gardner.
Emery.
Sierra Emery Bailey Peterson.
Trianfera.
Alexander Ray Trianfera. Adam Christopher Frazier.
Corinne
Sarah Corinne Henning.
Ortiz.
Adam Arlen Ortiz. Dylan Radford.
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie Ann Stewart. Darren Lamarck Gardner III. Brandon Michael Ball.
Stuart Lauren.
Stuart Lauren Rasmussen.
Fedora.
Cameron Allen Cadora.
Klingenmeyer.
Kevin Theis Klingenmeyer. Tyler M. Barron. Leanna Alexandra Dollar.
Ariel Frades.
Ariel S. Frades. Avery Nicole Kaufman. Rachel Page Neal.
Tout.
Evan Joseph Tout. Alexis Ann Banning.
Shaw.
Ryan Schaller. Katie Jean Stockton. Michael John Farrell.
Shifley.
Alicia Marie Shifley. Joshua Robert Fleck.
Moldenhauer.
Seth Andrew Moldenauer.
LaCroix.
Sydney Elizabeth LaCroix.
Savorin.
Hannah Catherine Savorin. Brady William Hammond. Jessica Marie Law.
Leah Fultonberg.
Leah Rebecca Fultonberg.
Dombin.
Jared Michael Dombin.
Kaylee Hewlett.
Kaylee Marissa Hewlett.
Oberg.
Madison Page Oberg.
Udo.
Nicholas Mark Udo.
Promise.
Ryan Jacob Cross.
Aubrey.
Aubrey Jordan Dietrich. James B. McDonald.
Beth Ann.
Kayla Bethan Foster.
Doffenbach.
Michaela Sue Doffenbach. Stephanie Kristen Tudor.
Alicia.
Alicia Marie Hanna.
Sowell.
Catherine Elizabeth Sowell. Ryan D. Putnam. Stephanie Nicole Camper.
Renee Tay.
Sarah Renee Tay. Irene Rosett. Johnny Lawrence Baca III.
Hediger.
Travis Lee Hediger.
Noel.
Noelle Marie Hockey.
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn Brownson.
Kennedy.
Caitlin Ariana Kennedy.
Diltz.
Caitlin Nicole Diltz. Vanessa Marie Rand. Brett Anthony DeGeorge.
Lang.
Taylor Nicole Lang.
Colasi.
Jamie Nicole Colasi.
Ruiz.
Robert Austin Ruiz.
Des.
Joseph Ding Deciman.
Bayer.
Lauren Dion Bayer.
Zug Schwartz.
Ashley Taylor Zugschwart. Oscar Dominic Safra.
Dara.
Dara Turner.
Schoenberg.
Hayden Michael Schoenberg.
Shayla Doobie.
Shayla Faith Doobie. Jose Gomez.
Majdi Khalid Saeed.
Majdi Khalid Saeed. Aaron Kenneth Long. Shane Michael Thomas.
Jason Wynn.
Jason Wynn.
Ermintrout.
Joshua David Ermintrout.
Josue Berdiales.
Josue Berdiales. Nicholas Taylor Rushing.
Spady.
Jack Michael Spady.
Haas.
Jacob Nathaniel Haas. Nicholas Anthony Jones. Daniel Hopkins.
Ephraim.
Philippe L. Ephraim.
Kostanek.
Sarah Christine Kostanek.
Kellen.
Ellen Curtis Casey.
Andrini.
Jesse Marco Andrini.
Bombardier.
Naomi Marie Bombardier. Taher Assad Safadi.
Natasha Lara Kirsten.
Natasha Lara Kirsten. Laura Lynette Petrocelli. Margaret Celeste Miller.
Moran.
Ian Anderson Moran. Abigail Margaret Gomer.
Dove.
Daniel James Dove.
Lorick.
Devin Lorick.
Rochelle Swope.
Rochelle Brianna Swope.
Cardin Bruno.
Jonathan Carden Bruno. Robin Marie Edmondson.
CM.
We will now recognize students in the Department of Construction Management.
Honors.
Nathan Thomas Foley, cum laude. Adam John Hayworth, summa cum laude.
Varney.
Richard Stewart Varney, cum laude.
Wyckoff.
Taylor Wyckoff Benz, cum laude.
Moffett.
Robert Moffett Keenan.
Gibbons.
Christopher Robert Gibbons.
Pat T.
Michael Hamilton Patty. Mark Philip Roberts.
Grosso.
Alexander John Grosso.
Ferreira.
Justin Tyler Ferreira.
Linza.
Jeremy Anthony Linza. Trevor Jack Croak. Dakota Wesley Sheets. Ross Michael Heath. Austin Ray Tweedy. Tyler Jordan Johnson. Jay Brennan Carroll.
Flippin.
Kyle Flippin.
Keaton.
Keaton Thomas Turner.
Kadonik.
Nicholas Vincent Kadonik.
Seitz.
Philip Joseph Seitz.
Jack Weiss.
Jack Weiss.
Berg.
Jacob Daniel Berg.
Speechley.
Blake Edwin Speechley. David Edward Dubois. Nicholas Allen Simpson. Brett B. Riley.
Rochelle.
Rochelle Fields. Jennifer Lee Hansen. Rachel Michelle Dunham.
Garricky.
Madison Elizabeth Garricky.
McInerney.
Graham Christopher McInerney. Tommy Woodbury. Stanley Rivera.
Burbage.
Randy Burbage. Brett William Sorensen.
We're about to change here.
Jacob S. Gregory.
Mark McCray.
Mark McCray Mitchell.
Heffernan.
Ryan Allen Heffernan.
Devereaux.
Patrick William Devereaux.
Mayer.
Benjamin Joseph Mayer.
Haig.
Garrett Paul Haig. Chase Allen Wolf. Jacob Joseph Schaefer. Rito Gittin Calso Kelco. Corey Bob Prentice. Shay Patrick Hurley.
We will now recognize students in the Department of Human Development and Family Studies. Lisa Carolyn Casperson, magna cum laude. Allison L. Fry, magna cum laude. Amara Pignon, magna cum laude. Megan Janae McGow, cum laude. Haley Megan Boyles, magna cum laude. Claire Elizabeth Cote, cum laude. Haley Noel McPherson, cum laude. Abigail Eileen Strohs, cum laude. Audra Ray Reinerson, magna cum laude. Clarissa Hernandez, cum laude. Alyssa Miranda Skeens, cum laude. Gabriela Rose Perez, cum laude. Kylie Joy Feldo, cum laude. Emily Ann Briggs, magna cum laude. Rachel Augusta Helene Chavaria, cum laude. Kylie Nicole McCaffrey, cum laude. Amy Marie Hayden, cum laude. Susanna Michelle Renfro, cum laude. Amy Danielle Smith, magna cum laude. Leslie Lynn Smith, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Alta Coker, magna cum laude. Jessica Marie DeVault, magna cum laude. McKenna Michelle White. Emily Catherine Yedinak. Ella Maria Chapin, cum laude. Nathan M. Pleshik. Elena Alton Pendleton. Nicole Catherine Leinhart. Michaela Biana Hernandez. Nicole Alexandria Haddad. Lauren Elise Apple. Adeline Marie Salentich. Jade Juray County. Sydney Joan Page Delory. Lindsay Lauren Sanders. Megan Marie Frank. Emily Olivia Mulder. Joyce Elaine Green. Carly Ann Mulliken. Asia Shantez Porter. Emily Suzanne Thompson. Olivia Jean Kirschner. Megan Alexis Parkinson. Caitlin May Purdy. Caroline Elizabeth Wetzel. Hadassah Avia Shelley. Taryn Rose Weideman. Akila Nicole Thone. Megan Elizabeth Dyer. Tori Taylor Craig. Mackenzie Elise Schween. Alexis Anna Henry. Grace Gordon. Jessica Louise Bolsinger. Alexandra Colleen Williams. Mary Helen Fowler. Rachel Elizabeth Mason. Taylor Ashley Allen. Ashley May Lyons. Hannah Lee Ruckman. Annalisa Joy Job. Sarah Emily Gardner. Sarah Beth Linder. Catherine Ann Sandberg. Hannah Marguerite DeVries. Caitlin Danielle McGee. Tammy Zanaripa. Kara Noel McGee. Sydney Jean Waybright. Janisa Raylyn Garcia. Danielle Marie Morago. Brianna Ashley Bowler. Catherine Ann Hamilton. Marie Kathleen Carruthers. Molly Margaret Smith. Molly Tatiana Rebsher. Allison Renee Dunham. Marge Essig. Jordan Michelle Wiggers. Vanessa Maria Espinosa. Kellyanne Cook. Christina Michelle Borrego. Jenna Marie Roby. Juliana May Eastman. Chelsea Joe Davidson. Kelsey Brooke Penate. Nicole Antonetta Davis. Megan Joy Scott. Brecklin K. Johnson. Lauren Elizabeth Ewing. Christina Ann Lovejoy. Kaishi Hopkins. Danielle Joanne Griever. Devon Marie Fontana. Michaela Dane Gentry. Amanda Lucille Solomon. Lois Ann Bloom. Jama Lee Anderson. Trevor Jerome Lenz. Megan Carolyn Jones. Rachel Marie Shadow. Christina Elaine Skinner. Carly Brittany Badger. Jamie Jeff Johnson. Sarah Noel Kingery. Marissa Dawn Hampole. Emily Jean Geyer. Sandra Carell. Amy Janine Jones. Madison Nicole Cross. Morgan Rochelle Tout. Erica Elaine Petty. Haley Veronica Manzanares. Jenny Logan White. Saber Scout Howarth Rafelson. Gabriela Oriana Zayola. Megan Julie Lamb. Stacy M. Hancock. Catherine J. Tobin. Lauren Michelle Schaefer. Catherine Marie Crow. Lauren Jean Waldvogel. Macy Brooke Downey. Alexandria Michelle Morris. Rachel Leah Homan. Stevana Jacqueline Williamson. Christian Lynn Covington. Olivia Georgiana Finney. Aliisha Aurora Melgoza. Chantel Shanae Bell. Allison Berger. Julia Karina Miranda. Mariah Ann Weisner. Dicey Emmanuel Adenoa. Nancy Yvonne Mejia Arias. Guadalupe Guadarrama. Heidi Luna. Molly Sela. Raylene May Charlie. Aida Fother. Danielle Aida Fother. Nicole Ray Ariana. Megan Marie Sheehy. Gina Stading. Savannah Ray Thomas. Holly Caitlin Meir. Regina Lynn Pappas. Molly Karen Clay. Madeline Shatara Newman. Lauren Delaney Cashin. Maggie May Leonard. Sienna Riche Gomez. Macy Karen Stouffer. Olivia Rose Smith. Brett Anthony Jordan. Christina Lynn Shriver. Erica Lee Gallion. Megan Rose Cray. Alex Maria Cairo. Elise Renee Andrews. Brianne Gabrielle Brains. Brittany Lynn Jackson. Melissa Elizabeth Brown. Larissa Dernley. Dylan Elizabeth Gordon. Brenda K. Smith. Amy Renee Burnett. Robin Lynn Hills. Kimberly Dawn DeYoung. Carrie Jean Bonds. Tina Marie Placencia. Zachary Jordan Martinez. Leanna Nicole DeFrere. Sadie Ann Bondarchuk. McKinley Saray Whitty. Riley Elizabeth Rice. Samantha Lynn Albrecht. Morgan Taylor Reuter. Kristen Lee Denning. Vinnie Monroy. Nicole Rochelle Jacqueline Hartshorn. Lindsay Therese Willis. Rachel Alyssa Latender. Nicole Ray Lathrop. Shelby Lorraine Helmer. Ashley Brooke Calden. Aaliyah Ray Cardona. Dayanara Michelle Prast. Angela Lee Prast. Leslie Hoylu. Mallory E. Banks. Renee Christine Perkins. We will now recognize students in the School of Social Work. Kayan Farhan, President, cum laude. Courtney Ann Wiesner, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Clem, cum laude. Natasha Lene Rayhawk, cum laude. Gina Lee Perez, cum laude. Ariel Eufemia Gallegos, cum laude. Alice Yuki Ardito, cum laude. Stephanie Torres Molinar, magna cum laude. Corey Vincent Nielsen, summa cum laude. Jared Matthew Petrov, magna cum laude. Michelle Diane McNeil, magna cum laude. Kelly Tan Pham, cum laude. Kelly Marie Connor, magna cum laude. Madeline Marilyn Peeler, cum laude. Katie Lynn Hayes, cum laude. Kenzie Murray Baum, cum laude. Jody Lane Burgoon, magna cum laude. Amelia Jo Timer, magna cum laude. Chandel Lee Leba. Hannah Christine Kent. Hannah Mae Erickson. Andrea Elizabeth Hansen. Alexis Tripp Canfield. Emily Ann Rubin. Nina Kylie Robleski. Kayla Mae Campbell. Brittany Ann Golden. Audrey Lynn Cassion. Hannah Elizabeth Dorr. Frances Catherine Sovic. Leah Bell Klein. Sydney Marie Branneman. Alexander T. Creech. Samantha Joy Engelstad. Jenna Marie Sobke. Caitlin M. Larkin. Kelsey Marie Gorman. Heather Lee Mai. Taylor E. Kennedy. Rachel Marie Martinez. Brianna Diane Sumner. Kara Alyssa Henderson. Devin Nicole Nutt. Gabrielle Elizabeth Rogers. Alicia Rose Kettlecamp. Caitlin Alexandra Krusdorfer. Carissa Nicole Donahue. Morgan Lynn Barrow. Elier Javier Mesa. Margaret Rose Lures. Three with that one. Carla Carranza. Donovan Xavier Tate. Alejandra Cardona. Danielle Marie Garin. Catherine Hanson Hill. Emily Ann Brang. Emily Beatrice Otten. Janae Dacia Smith. Amanda Nicole Ruxtel. Miles Lamar Dennis. Thomas Maxwell Gregory. Shaylin Elizabeth Walsh. Haley Ann Downs. Paige Marie Vilbig. Rebecca Nicole Folks. Chloe Alyssa Height. Emma Caroli. Olivia Charlotte Benda. Aiden Jasper Cateno. Jamie Nicole Felton. Mallory Lois Rogers. Austin Johnson. Kirsty Smith. Jennifer Lynn Sutton. Jasmine Esmeralda Portillo. Lisa Jean Mahler. Sierra Hope DeLuz Black. Cody Garrett Cummings. We will now recognize students in the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition, which includes the majors of Nutrition and Food Science, Fermentation Science and Technology, and Hospitality Management. Brianna C. Dietz, cum laude. Elizabeth K. Madley Obermiller, summa cum laude. Megan Gears Osborne, cum laude. Andrea Lynn Rapp, magna cum laude. Stephen Michael Siegel, cum laude. Jackson Joseph McHugh, cum laude. Brooke Danielle Duncan, summa cum laude. Leah Renee Cody, cum laude. Carly Renee Nash, magna cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Hoffman. Megan Lee Blackburn. Dorian Laura Casto. Dana Louise Casto. Cara Marie Lechtenberg. Devin Carissa Conley. Andrea Jordan Kaiser. Emma Mary Ellen Kett. Lauren Hebert. Audra Bergman. Carolina G. Chavez. Alyssa Marie Milano. Megan Ashley Friedel. Andrea Faith Johnson. Addery Renee Fall. Sarah M. Allison. Alexandra Pocock. Madison Rose Hodson. Kelsey Grice Wall. Rachel Emily Mostick. Ariana Lara. Lauren Page Pittman. Jenna Christine Widman. Madison Haley Tuggle. Kendra Brianne Parker. Jackie Nicole Nelson. Kevin Leung. Andrew Douglas Frederick. Rebecca Ann Balinson. Carolyn Michelle Fisher. Katie Pinniger. Tara Caird Singh. Caitlin Jane O'Fallon. Sabin Elizabeth Lachlan. Stephanie Marie Bowles. Elizabeth Kira Lydia George. Caitlin Claire Happich. Libertad Mendeville. Scott W. Pinelli. Kirk Eugene Romero Bacalus Provost Jr. Ashley Elizabeth Williams. Janie Ann Spresser. Seneva Nicole Christine Knupp. Alexandria Lucille Rose McCormick. Bridget Rose Brown. Amanda Elizabeth Bolts. Desiree Joy Todd. Taylor Elizabeth Wilson. Caitlin Louise Allison. Kevin Dean Heil. Christina Brito. Melissa Jade Gill. Ethan Micah Solomon. Tyler Fulton McHugh. David William Crockett. Kara Ruth Columna. Jennifer Lynn Brummett. Andrew John Mueller. Cole Douglas Goslin. Kyle Jocelyn. Andrew P. Urick. Taylor Renee Oliver. Trent Moore. William Patrick Pelland. John Vincent Schnettler. Michael Sean Kamnikar. Jeffrey Scott Charlew. Samuel Morris. Brendan Hall. Grant Egan Onspa. Ryan G. Holroyd. Cameron Jukala. Our speaker today, Christine Louise Nicolason, magna cum laude.
How are your hands doing, college? We can do a little better than that, can't we? Let's hear it for these graduates. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Reese Lasley to welcome you graduates into the Alumni Association. Reese graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in Construction Management and a minor in Business Administration from Colorado State University in December of 2010. He was very involved as an undergraduate student as an officer and member of several clubs and organizations. After college, Reese went to work for an engineering company where he traveled the world and worked on several high-profile construction projects. Reese recently moved back to Colorado and joined an oil and gas producing company where he performs cost and schedule analysis for the Delaware and DJ basins. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Reese Lasley.
Thank you very much. Hello, graduates. Yeah. Man, I am so excited to be here today to celebrate this amazing accomplishment with you. You know, today you are given a unique opportunity to look back and reflect on where you've been and use that to leverage and create momentum to where you're going in your future. It is my absolute honor to be here, and my name is Reese Lasley, and 5.5 years ago, I was holding my diploma, sitting right where you are, from the College of Health and Human Sciences. I will never forget how excited and proud I felt to finally get my diploma in my hand. And, you know, I also remember feeling a little sentimental about leaving this incredible campus and jumping into the real world and what that really meant. And, well, you know, leaving behind this campus, yet holding on to some of my best memories of my life at Colorado State University. It may be time for you all to move on, and everybody here has a different path and different future ahead. But whether you decide to stay in Fort Collins or you move to the far ends of the world, you all now have one important common thing in common with each other. You are all now alumni of Colorado State University. I would like to be the first to welcome you to the Alumni Association. You join poets and scientists, food producers, construction managers, care providers, engineers, and entrepreneurs. When you leave this campus, be assured that your campus will never leave you. No matter where your professional and personal journey takes you, know that the Alumni Association, the College of Health and Human Sciences, and your former professors will be here for you every step of the way. So, charge forward, Rams. And always remember your roots, as this place is not just for college days alone. This is the first day of the rest of your life. Now go live it auspiciously. Congratulations, and go Rams.
Thank you, Reese. I would like to thank our College Commencement Committee, Ms. Tracy Kyle Schwartz, Ms. Melinda Sloan, Dr. John Elliott, Dr. Vivian Lee, Ms. Tiffany Lipsey, Dr. Malcolm Scott, and Dr. Amy Walker. Thanks also to the name readers for getting through about 700 names, Dr. Jeff Miller and Dr. Brian Tracy. I'd like to thank the faculty marshals, the Wing Walker Honor Guard, the music staff for the music, and Miss Virginia Martin, our vocalist. Graduates, let us not forget a very important group of people who have lent their support to you through these many years. Will the graduates please stand and give a big hand to your parents, spouses, partners, family members, and friends who are here. Please remain standing and join us in singing the Colorado State University alma mater. The lyrics are on the first page of the program. Will the audience please stand if you are able and join us as well?
Hail to thee, our alma mater, Colorado State. Memories are everlasting of this place so great. May thy green and gold unite us, loyal ever be. Colorado State, our alma mater, hail, all hail to thee.
Thank you for being with us tonight for this special commencement ceremony. All of us in the College of Health and Human Sciences and Colorado State University wish you a bright and happy future. Will the audience join me in recognizing our graduates one last time? Will the graduates please be seated? And graduates, remain in your seats. Please wait for your row to be released by the marshals. The marshals will now come forward to retire the department banners, and we will begin our recessional. Will the platform guests please exit? Will the faculty please exit?
Thank you.